Hey you, so on this video, gold, silver, wish, regret list, it's just going to be me going over a few of the regrets, buying and selling, and the wish, so it's the regret list and the wish list combined together. So if you like what you hear slash see and you haven't done so already, you're not going to clink these together, please do go ahead and like and subscribe. And also let me know if you have any regrets when it comes to buying or selling last year, tail end of last year, this year, and a wish list for any coins that you wish you was able to secure at some point, but didn't. And now we are where we are. So jumping straight into this one, I'll say for me, and it's also going to be along the lines of a question that I get easily once a week, and that's going to be whether now is a good time to be purchasing. Do you want to wait and maybe time the market? And I'm always saying the same thing, for those even along the lines of what I'm going to be saying now that thought prices were going to be coming down then. I still have credit with a dealer, shout out to the dealer. And I've had the credit for a long time, and this was when spot price was damn near £1,200, a little cheaper. So, I could have secured pieces for around the £1,200 sterling. And, the credit easily would have covered me for an ounce, no fees paid on my end. And I decided to wait. And, combined with me just getting caught up with a lot of business and everything around me, I would now need to add funds on to that purchase. I haven't locked in with the dealer, so I'd now need to add funds on to that purchase if I wanted to go ahead and secure a piece from the dealer. That would be for a 1 ounce coin. So waiting, I also ended up getting burnt. So, the moral of the story is if you can and you're in a great enough position to, I would advise you to. It's not about, I'm waiting for the best price. It's all about accumulating. Whether that's going to be AU or AG, it's all about accumulating. That's the aim of the game. That's the name of the game. So the name of the game is to get as much as possible. The times are going to obviously change because of the market that we're in and the times that we're in. So, today is going to be today, tomorrow is going to be tomorrow. The price in terms of pounds or dollars will change, but the metal won't. And the objective is the metal here. So when it comes to regrets for myself, in terms of pure raw metal, I would say there is a few, but nothing major because I was able to hit other targets. So I would say first off, buying. The only regrets when it comes to buying for me would be more so along the lines of big ones, collector coins. And we're going to be brutal. It's going to be out of pure greed. And that's going to be purely because of my nature. I'm a cowboy when it comes to these collector coins here, yeehaw. And that would have been missing out on the Una and the Lion. And I missed out on that purely because, once again, it was just a real hectic time for me. I don't believe I was too active even on YouTube at the time. I had a lot going on my plate, and I wasn't able to secure. I had the opportunity, had more than enough opportunities. Even when I lost the gold pickup, I had the opportunity to purchase the silver, but I just didn't bother. It was go hard or go big or go home for me. So I ended up not even locking in on that. And once again, it's not because I just had to have the coin. I loved it. It was mainly out of just missing out on a fantastic flipping opportunity there. And it is what it is there. It wasn't, but it just was, I didn't get it. And that's one regret. Looking at another regret, I would say that would really be it in terms of, no. There was a few pieces I could have locked in on, gold pieces when a dealer had a bunch of griffins in, and I was in between doing a trade for a large amount of silver, and I had an option to really convert a lot of that into the gold griffins. And there was another moment I was just dragging my feet, and the dealer really needed the silver as well. Regret not doing that, but that's just looking at the current times and not knowing it would end so abruptly. Everything just came to a halt first and foremost. Then it was the drought, you could say that. And then we have the spike. I've done a few purchases this year, even with the Liberty America coins that I've shown with the 1 ounce and the 1/10 ounce. And that was even prior to the big massive spikes that we're seeing now. We're seeing all-time highs now. So within and since these all-time highs, there hasn't been a lot of purchases from me. But once again, if I was, and if I had the excess funds now, I would absolutely be locking in. But that's the only regret not taking advantage of. If I would have known even though I knew I'd been calling 2020 for a long time, but once again, I never knew it end so abruptly. If I would have known that, I would have even gone as far as using some of the cards with the 0% interest for 18 months and secured as many gold pieces as possible at the tail end of last year, whether it be 2, 3, 4, 5. I would have locked in as many as possible and then sat on them, like a golden goose sitting on his eggs or whatever. But coulda, shoulda, nobody has that crystal ball, as I've always saying. No one's called it with their charts and, all their crystal balls. Nobody saw nothing coming. The Black Swan event topped with what we just ended up with. So it's easy now to say I regret, but then I hope that goes out to anybody asking that question constantly. Is now a good time to buy? I'm always saying, for me, since I've been around, the year prior has always been a better time to purchase than the current year. So last year was a better time to purchase than 2020. At time of releasing this video, 2019 was a much better time to purchase than 2020. 2018 was a much better time to purchase than 2019. 2017, and it's not always the case, especially if yours in 2012 and you got yours in 2011. But since I've been around, it's always been a fantastic time to purchase. So if you're able to lock in, and that's exactly what I done. I mean, I had the Sovereign special year sets that I wanted, and I done what I normally do when I had a goal set on that, and that was to aggressively pick them up. And I think that really worked in my favor, because one, I got the best prices for them, hands down, and two, I was able to secure pieces that I haven't even seen pop back up for the prices that I paid. So definitely in terms of buying regrets there, I have more ups than downs. I would say when it comes to regrets and selling, from there, I would say there would be close to no regrets when it comes to selling, because each sale taught me something. It either helped propel me even further for what I wanted to do in other areas, or I was able to learn a valuable lesson in terms of what I should be focusing more on. So, I think each sale has been as valuable as the ultimate goal in terms of stacking. My ultimate goal is getting as much gold and silver as possible, most definitely gold. And, selling was a most definite eye-opener. So when it comes to regrets in terms of selling, there's definitely none there for me personally. But once again, let me know if last year there was an opportunity where you could have picked up certain pieces of gold or silver, be it large amounts, a deal somebody had for you and you didn't, capitalize on, and you're now regretting it right now. But for me, those were my buying and selling regrets when we're looking at them as a whole, especially when we're looking in previously at time of releasing this video. But, when we jump onto something like a wish list from here, when it comes to a wish list, I secured the majority of the pieces that I wanted. And once again, for me, it was mainly the special year subsets. I'm a modern day collector, nothing too hardcore, too old for myself, so it was very basic and very easy for me to lock in with. From there, my only wish wouldn't exactly be a coin or a set, it would be an opportunity. I wish we would get another opportunity to do what we was able to do in the prior years. Once again, coulda, shoulda, woulda, but anything's possible, anything can happen. Who knows, we may get a massive tanking of all markets before we get a massive explosion. But what I would do is take, as mentioned, absolute advantage of that. And I believe a lot of people would. And a lot of people are saying the exact same things that I'm saying. I wish I had an opportunity right now to secure as many pieces as possible at the current price. But once again, I do want to stress for anybody that's new to stacking or just getting into stacking in pieces right now, my objective isn't getting it. It is, for the cheapest and best price possible, but ultimately my objective is to get it. So if you're in a position where you can get it, get it. Everything I've benefited from and everything I've gained from was locking in when I could. If I'm telling you I regret not getting Una and the line at the time, I wasn't able to. Funds just didn't allow it. If I was able to, I would have. So once again, if you're able to, my advice to you would be to do. Of course, those that have are going to say it's not the best time and you should have purchased ... But, you wasn't able to then. Even with the friend at the time when I was showing these pieces, I originally ended up with the majority of these. But, when I done a trade back for these, he's personally regretting that right now, you know, trading these out, because as mentioned, no one knew was going to be in the tight times that we are right now. So looking at what he released, you know, he thought it would have been a much better scene that we would be in, where he'd have the opportunity to come back and get them in. But, you know, it's first refusal, and I'm not going to be getting rid of these anytime soon. It would be down to also letting go of a few gold pieces. If it was down to me, I would have held on to them, you know. But once again, it's put me in a better situation. I'm not going to really speak on that. Once again, I've done many videos, but that would be my only gold and silver wish regret list. You know, the regrets would be not picking up on a collector coin, not maximizing and securing more ounces for my foundation stack, and taking it a lot more serious last year. But who knew? You know, put your hands up if you did. Let me know down below in the comments. But this is why you also post the stack if you're able to, like it's your last time. Although slow and steady is the best, and at your own pace, and never watch the next man's pocket or even his steps he's taking. But if you're in a position where you are, once again, dollar cost averaging is a fantastic play and position to be. But if you can, and the aim of the game is to get as much ounces as possible, be it gold or silver, then do. You know, but those would be the only things I would change if I could, and they're all out of my hands. When it comes to the Royal Mint stuff, I'm a little worn out, so who knows if I'm going to be a contender or player for the upcoming things. Just with the prices, they've put me off a little. But I know with the high prices, you know, rebuyers, or, you know, people that come to repurchase them also know they're going to have to pay that over the top. But it's just a little, you know, souring for me. But who knows? We'll have to see what they come up with in the coming days. But let me know your silver wish, gold wish, regret list, if you do have any down below in the comments. Be it you should have picked up more, you should have sold more, you wish you would have got more, or you wish you would have taken more advantage at the times. Please do let me know down below in the comments what your thoughts and opinions are. So I'm going to wrap this one up, guys, but if you haven't done so already, once again, please do like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the rebound.